What's up, guys? Watch this video, enjoy it, start to finish. Another scam prevented, and an example of how jackleg Craigslist HVAC hacks go into people's houses and give us all a bad name. I got this furnace and AC back up and running for thousands and thousands less than what they told her it was going to cost. Enjoy the video. My. So, the other company left the system like this. Board hanging down in the bottom. Alrighty, so let me get this thing set up. And let's get a little bit of the backstory on this one. So they had a no AC issue back in February. Another company came out. System hasn't worked since then. Replaced the capacitor on the blower motor. The only thing on their invoice was their charge for the trip and the capacitor. No notes, no information. But somewhere during the conversation, apparently from what I understand, they told the homeowner, or according to the homeowner, they need a new furnace because the control board is bad and the furnace is too old to work on. Well, it's a 2013, so it's 10 years old. And I guess we're going to have to find out what the real problem is. If there even is one. I'm very familiar with the company that was here and the owner of that company. And this does not surprise me at all. Junction box. There's the cover for that down here on the floor. A couple of screws. Board hanging down in the bottom of the unit. So let me get all this straightened out. I gotta tell you, these are the calls I like. You get roll of carpet sitting here. People that come out and try to take advantage of people. So I'm hoping I get this thing up and running. And that's going to be the most satisfying part of that. They put a capacitor in it, so I'm thinking maybe because they tried to run the air conditioning and they didn't have any. Maybe if there's something wrong with this board, it's going to be the blower relay on it. It's not engaging the blower for the cooling cycle. I'm not sure. So here's all our screws, some of them anyway, laying down here on the ground. And there's a couple of fuses in here. I guess they shot that all to pieces, huh? So let's figure out, how does this thing go in here? I think it goes in there like this. Get this screw in here. Oh, you gotta love it. Makes you feel better. I mean, it doesn't make me feel better knowing there's people out here that do this kind of crap, but it makes me feel better about what I do and the decisions I make. I'm not going to come out here and quote somebody $9,000–$10,000 for a new heating and air conditioning system, telling them that the board is bad and not going to be able to get one, and it's going to cost you too much. You need a new furnace. This thing's only 10 years old. It's nothing. I mean, this furnace is. It's already had a blower motor put in it. Looks like it's going to be a universal motor in there. I don't know if that's part of anything they were in there trying to do. There's our blower neutral. There's our two. We're running a heating speed and a cooling speed. I can see right there. And there's going to be our unused. Some more light out here in case I need it. But yeah, you gotta love people that just try to scam people. It's our capacitors, our brown wires, got neutral, and we got low, medium, and high basically on our speed wires. Here's our neutral. We're using our medium and high for our heating and cooling speed, and then that red wire down at the bottom is going to a park terminal, so we're not using low speed. It also has a zoning board over here, Nest thermostat. Downstairs, I'll get that bent back into place to get the junction box cover back on it, but I'm not going to put it on immediately. We'll see if we can get this thing to come on, find out what's wrong with it. I mean, and to leave it all disassembled like that, that's just shoddy. Like I said, I'm very familiar with the company that was here. It doesn't surprise me at all. I don't even know how that guy's still in business. But anyway, lucky him. So, there's our wires, the junction box. Gonna go out the side. Just want to make sure everything's hooked up right up here before I turn any power onto this thing. Hell, for all I know, they killed the board and burned up the transformer in there or something. I don't know. So, we have a door switch here. The service switch is in the off position. So our zone board is now turned on. So what I'm going to do, there's a secondary transformer for the zoning right there. So the zone board has power, which you should be putting a secondary transformer in the zoning system. But anyway, let's see what we have going on here. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to take the zoning and the thermostats out of the circuit temporarily and use jumpers on this thing, because I don't want to mess anything up. And this is all should be just connected to the equipment side of the zone board, but I don't want to take that zone board out or damage it, so I'm just going to temporarily disconnect our wires here. Our G, so this is a carrier. It's a single stage. What is it? 45,000 BTU. So we're going to disconnect R, get all that out of the circuit. Oh, there's some more screws laying up here. Yeah, I guess he lost his nut driver that day, or a screwdriver, or whatever. His Leatherman, if that's what he uses as a tool. I don't know. Probably so. Old fart. Anyway. All right. So I'll put the door switch in, and I get no lights at all for the board. Yeah, there's a status code light there, so that should give me some kind of light. So let's find out what they have torn up. Meter. common. No voltage there. Do I even have high voltage coming in? I know I have it going that way to the zone board, because the zone board lights up from the transformer. Okay, so we do have high voltage coming to the furnace. So I'm going to guess they got in here screwing around and blew the transformer. So where is the main? That's right there. Let me check that fuse. It doesn't look like it's blown. You know, 3 amp fuse down there, and I got a 5 here. Could very well be a problem. So the fuse is not blown. Leave that out for a minute. And let's confirm that we have. There's our wire to our transformer right there. So let's turn the power back on. I wish that switch was a little closer. So let's turn the power back on. And let's see. So I'm going to go to ground there, push in this button. So I do have 120 going to the transformer. And I have nothing coming off of the transformer. No low voltage. So let me go get a transformer. If all these people need is a transformer, and these people came in here and tried to quote them a board and a new furnace, that's just, that'll be another one right there. I mean, I've seen it all, but that's either you don't know what in the hell you're looking at and how to fix it, or let's find out if it was a transformer first. I'll be right back. All right, so we're back. I have already swapped out that transformer. There's the old one right there. And new one is in. I'm not tying up the wires right yet. I mean, it has to be replaced regardless, but I just want to confirm what other problems we have first. There may be another issue. There's a 3 amp fuse in the drain pan right there. There was a 5 amp fuse in it. I'm going to put a 3 amp fuse back in it, because that actually does, excuse me, it does make a difference from time to time. But let's turn the power back on. Let's confirm that I have my low voltage now on this thing. And we'll stick a fuse in it and see what happens. So we're on over there. We'll go common there. Ooh, look at that. They have a flashing light. Okay, progress. Sometimes it's one step at a time. So that means we should have 24 volts off one side of this fuse terminal, which we do. Obviously don't have it there yet because we have to put a fuse in. And wouldn't it be funny if I find out the only reason that the fuse is blowing It's because they were trying to run air conditioner in February, and maybe the coil on the contactor is bad. I don't know. We'll ohm that out. It's a straight AC, so I should be able to ohm it out from up here just to kind of get an idea. But anyway, there we go. The light is back on. That flash a while ago was for the fuse was being blown, which I had it out. So now our fault has gone away. We have 28 volts. So real quick, from up here, if that's a little cheap straight AC carrier out there, I should be able to go between common and Y and ohm out that coil. There may be a pressure switch in it. I don't know. May not. I don't know. Let's set this thing and let's ohm it out real quick from up here. That is our wire going to the outdoor unit. And let's go back real quick. I had it set for continuity. Let me just set it for regular ohm range. By itself, because it will show continuity through the coil on the contactor. So according to this, I'm getting 1.7 ohms. Something between, just to be safe, let's go out there and check that contactor coil. Alrighty, we are at the outdoor unit real quick, and I just want to play it safe. Something blew the fuse, I don't know what. One of the other buttholes were here, but I wasn't getting a good reading coming back through the thermostat wires to this contactor coil. So we're going to check it from out here. And of course, none of these breakers are labeled. So what am I looking for on my sticker? What's my MCA? My MCA on this is 25 amps. So do I have a 25 amp breaker back here? Yes, I do. Right on the bottom. Let's see if that was it. Yes, it was. That doesn't feel. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so let's ohm this thing out real quick. I didn't bring my pliers with me. Good. Great. Alrighty. So we're going to ohm out this contactor and see what we get. .82. This is getting better by the damn minute, gentlemen. Look right there. 0.8. So let's go get a contactor. Alright guys, got the new contactor in. This is the old one. If you can look in there, I don't know how well you can see down around the bottom of this thing where it's crispy right in there, nice and dark and burnt. Right there, that one's a little bit better. See the discoloration in that coil? Right down there around the bottom of the coil. You can see where it's singed across there. So we got the new contactor in, and we are going to check it. And we are now at 13 ohms. The other one was 0.8. So let's get back up in the attic and get this finished up, and hope that's our only problem, and give these people some good news. Alright, we're back up in the attic. Contactor outside is replaced. Check my ohms back through these wires real quick. Come here. Let me get through my alligator clips. I don't know, sometimes if you get your fingers on it, you're getting, and you kind of, I want it to reach somewhat close to what it was outside. It is going through wired back through a load management. The low voltage goes through a load management box. And that may be the slight discrepancy I'm getting up here now. And the contactor was bad, but okay, so I had 13.5 out there. I've got 14.3 up here, so should be good. It is going through a load management box before it goes to the outdoor unit. Some people have those on their houses. I think they suck. Anyway, you turn your air conditioner off when you need it to be working most, which never made sense. So I'm gonna hook common up to the board. And then we're going to jump 24 volts to our outdoor unit and our blower and see what happens. And keep our damn fingers crossed, I guess. This is all it was, and she didn't need a new furnace. So anyway, all right, power back to the board, jump out the blower. See what happens. Oh shit. Duh. Those are the thermostat wires. Okay, R to G. So we have airflow. Now I'm going to jump R to Y going outside. See if the condenser comes on. Yeah. The outdoor unit is operational. So we'll wire all this up, and then we're going to run it through the thermostats. Hopefully whatever they did up here, shorting whatever they were shorting, didn't damage the zone system or the thermostats. But I mean, this is the problem. Somebody came out here, a jackleg Craigslist, I'm Super Tech, and you got a bad board and you need a new furnace, because he didn't know how to use a meter and go outside and check a contactor and determine what was causing the fuse to blow. It was a 3 amp fuse to begin with. He put a 5 amp in it. That wasn't enough protection. So when he put the power back to it, that fuse didn't blow before the transformer went, because the contactor was out there calling. He was trying to run the cooling, and the contactor caused the whole problem. So basically the original issue was a bad contactor, and this guy tried to sell this woman a new heating and air conditioning system, telling her the board was bad. That's why it kept blowing the fuses in the transformer. and the board was back ordered. It was going to be terribly expensive, and she needed a new estimate for a new furnace and a new air conditioning system. She called us for a second opinion. Good for her. Wanted also to have us come out and quote her a new system. Our project manager came out to quote the new system, saw the condition of the unit, saw what was going on, and told her, let's have one of our technicians come out and look at your equipment first and find out what the real problem is. And sure enough, we made the right decision. All it was a contactor, and then the transformer went bad because that guy didn't put another 3-amp fuse in it. He put a 5-amp in it, and it didn't work. So that's the kind of people that are out there, guys. And it just makes my day. I mean, I love it when I go behind people like that. Come out here and try to scam somebody. They don't know what they're doing. They try to cover their ass by throwing big pricey numbers and expensive repairs and parts not available. You need a new system, and you hope they fall for it. And she was lucky to think about it first before she spent thousands and thousands of dollars on stuff that she didn't need, and it was a $300 part. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.